Hello, hope you're doing well. I had a really great question come to me and they said, Aveline, how do you know when your brand and your experience works? As in, how do you know that what you've created is working? They saw my video on, I think it was the last one and even the one before when we were talking about gear and branding and having that done properly and it to be a representation of your business. So how do you know when it's working? Well, it's pretty simple. There are a number of factors. First of all, your customers are loving you, as in it's a seamless process. They're coming through and you're finding that they're staying with you and their feedback is really positive. They're really happy to give you the reviews and they're buying more from you. So that's one and the most important aspect, I feel, is how that's reflected in your actual customers. Because if this is all done properly, and we'll go more into the marketing side of things, but if this is all done properly from online and the visuals and that what is presented up front to your prospects and leads before they become a customer, if everything's congruent, if it's all in alignment, then it's going to be a really great experience for them. The other way is this. Now, this is a t-shirt from a business called Gravy, as you can tell. A friend of mine runs this business and it's only, I think, a couple of years old. And they have a very massive mission. Now, I think they've got around 30 full-time staff and it's US based. Now, you can't probably tell from just looking at this what the business is about. But he has put a lot of money into creating this brand, but the vision and the values of the business. His employees love working there. They love what they do. And as a result of that, the impact they're having on their work and the results they're getting has just been phenomenal. So they've seen a very big growth in a very short period of time. Their staff love working there. They've had, I think, barely any, or if not, I think it's no attrition in 2 years. The other thing is they look at the business, they walk in there and they feel amazing. They feel they're in the right place. So when they look at this t-shirt, and they all have these t-shirts in different colors, but they wear these and they feel great. They feel like they're part of something. Now, if you've done the work on this and you've got a team and you're coming together, but it's not feeling like you're part of something, it's because you haven't done it properly and you haven't actually articulated the why, the vision, who you are, who you stand for, and have that congruent and in harmony with your team. Because when you do, then it just feels right. It's kind of like that. In our business, we hadn't done this work for a while because I was running the business on my own for roughly 10 years. And then I took on a business partner about 18 months ago. And we grew very fast. And we grew fast, we got a team, and things can sometimes fall off the rails a bit when you grow too fast. But we were smart enough to know, because we do this for our customers, and I knew that we needed to do this branding piece. Now, what happened was we had a logo, colors, designs. We'd created, marketing messages because we're experts at copywriting and messaging. But here's the thing, none of it was in alignment. The customer journey wasn't really articulated well. We hadn't figured out what that journey was and how people needed to feel and what they needed to experience. We started to do things, but it was ad hoc. It was kind of like, it was just incongruent. It was a mismatch, right? And this is what I'm saying. When it's a mismatch, it doesn't feel easy. Once we went through this process properly, about 12 months ago, we sat down and we said, we need to spend a week doing this. And we did, and we changed everything. And now when I look at what we produce online, what we say, how we feel as a team, I look at the values that we've got and the company values up on the wall, and I just feel good. It's like, yeah, that's who we are. And we're able to convey that to our customers. And once we did it, actually, not long after, we started attracting different customers. And it makes sense because when you are all in alignment with who you are personally, your business values, the messaging, how you're presenting, and when it's all in alignment, people resonate with that. It's a lot more comfortable for someone to say yes to you when you're completely in alignment with your vision, your values, your words, and the colors and what you represent. Okay? So the right person whom you're targeting in the right messaging is going to come to you and just feel like they've come home. And that is how you know that you've got it right. Okay, hope I've answered that question well, and I hope you've got something from it. And yeah, Gravy is a really cool company. They actually help subscription-based businesses to reclaim lost payments. Sounds like a really small niche, but for a lot of businesses that have big subscription-based businesses and they have a lot of customers, when credit cards fail, who's there to actually pick up and recover that money and then the lost revenue that causes? So it's a really great concept, and that's my friend Corey's business, and they're doing really well, and they've done a really great job with their branding, and I'm really proud to be wearing his gear. There we go. So please send your questions through. I look forward to catching you, and I'll see you in the next video.